Hello, my good friends. This is me, Old Tom Gin, joining Thomas Jr., our post-apocalyptic survivor, here in the Dugout Inn as part of my playthrough of Fallout 4 Survival Mode for my Permadeath run. Something I've never completed before, but we keep trying like fools. And last time we made a couple of advancements towards our goal. We revisited Sanctuary, we upgraded our gear a bit, and we're just about prepared to rejoin Nick Valentine and head on out to engage with, well, the person we know is the one who kidnapped our son, Sean. Thomas isn't sure about all that now, but what he does know is that he doesn't feel quite confident. Just somehow, instinctually, he knows he needs to gear up a little bit more. He needs that extra edge. Boy, he's run into a lot of extraordinarily dangerous stuff here in the Commonwealth, including some synths, and he's had it suggested to him from more than one person that synths from the Institute might be responsible for his son's abduction. No meat for me, thank you. I did make a couple of changes last time to my gear. Just to recap, I have added of course, the very useful campfire grenade, which allows me to create campfires and hence campsites where I throw them. It isn't really a grenade; it's like a self-contained little thing. But whatever. The game treats it as a grenade. Also picked up a combat shotgun, which I slightly modified, but I'm going to hold off on doing more. I mean, it already does a ton of damage. I'm just going to hold on to it for a while. But boy, in a pinch, when I need to use something that will do a lot of damage per shot at close range, that's a delightful thing indeed. And then we picked up this Wastelander's chest piece, and you know what I'm going to do? I don't think I'm done. I think I'm actually going to pick up one other item here. One other item that will really make the difference, I think, for me. And for that, we have to go to Becky Fallon's basement. And by Becky Fallon's basement, I do not refer to the basement of her house, but her place of business. So here we are, and there's Becky Fallon cleaning up the place.
Hello. Have you been here before?
No. First time.
Thought so. Some ground rules. This isn't a charity. Clothes are for sale if you have the money. Otherwise, the door's right there.
Got it. No mooching, got it.
Good. Now that we understand each other, welcome to Fallon's. Happy to show you everything in stock.
All right, let's see what you have.
A paying customer. Finally.
You're damn right. A paying customer. So what has she got? Well, she's got this particular item. I mentioned the champion chest piece last time, and that was actually it does have some neat benefits on it, but that's not what I meant. I'm not really interested in reduced damage from robots by 15%. Great, super. But this is what I really want, because I am of course doing a VATS based build. I depend on VATS for my very survival. It's saved me on multiple occasions now, and VATS depends on or is modified by agility and perception. So we have to make use of every advantage we can to get that. Now, this is a little bit beyond my price range, unless I sell some stuff. So I'm selling some stuff. So let's see what we've got here. I can't sell any of my real goods, but let's see what else. Well, number one, of course, I've got drugs. I can always sell those. And if I'm really desperate, I can go down to one per. I usually, as you've seen before, I usually like to keep multiple, like at least 3 on me of each type. But you know what? You don't really need that. Interestingly enough, Nuka-Cola Quantum, for what it does, you'd think it would be worth more, but it's not. Same thing with Psycho. I can survive without the Psycho. I'll keep some Psycho Jet on me. But sir, I can sell a couple of Radaways, right? Surely, again, as we've established, if you do a certain amount of damage in this game, or you take a certain amount of damage, you're probably dead already. And that gives me 772, which should be more than enough to purchase the champion's right arm. Leaves me with a whopping 75 caps. But hey, you know what? I'll take it. Good doing business with you, Becky. I will see you again later, I'm sure. There's a wonderful mod, by the way, that makes Becky's basement a little more like a real clothing store. Like it actually has, inventory on the shelves. But it, as you might expect, the reason Bethesda did not implement such a thing is it slows things down. Because Bethesda apparently does not conceive of a world where you cannot pick up every damn thing.
You're 200 years old? Looking pretty good for your age, huh?
Yeah, thanks. I'm feeling pretty good, actually. Oh, no, you don't, sir. I am going in here. Because I want to see what the champion right arm has on it. Well, it's polished metal, which is just about the best thing you can get for metal armor. It's strengthened, but I want it pocketed, and I also think I want it...
Shop in safety. No synths allowed at the surplus.
If I need any kind of other paint job here. It's interesting they have these other paint jobs. I haven't bought all of the things from the Creation Club that give you tons and tons of different paint jobs. But oh wait, I want to make sure I know what I need here. It's strengthened. I need it to be pocketed, which means I need 2 more leather than I have. So I think I know how to do that. So that's a right arm. I'm using a right arm. I can quickly make that. I'm using a right. Of course, I'm using my right arm. But I'm using a leather right arm armor piece, which I'm not going to need if I replace it out with this. So what I'm going to do with that is just take that, get rid of the valuable add-ons to it, and keep those, and then just take that thing and scrap it. That still doesn't give me enough, though, so I need 1 more piece of leather. But I think Myrna might have what I need.
Every piece in here is worth what I charge for it. No arguments.
Okay, fine. Technically, it's not really bartering if we're not arguing over the price, but okay, fine. Oh, look, a leather baseball for a mere 10 gold. Leaving me with 65 gold, but I'll take it. That gets me what I need right there. All right, so with that, I should be able to change it from strengthened to pocketed. Nothing wrong with strengthened, by the way. Reduces limb damage. That's nice, but reducing limb damage on 1 limb. How often is that going to happen? Plus, what I need more than anything else in this game is carrying capacity. More importantly, pardon me, when I equip this sucker, it has a dramatic effect on my abilities. You see now that I am up to an 8 perception and a 10 agility, and that is key. That gets me some serious VATS protection right there. I did make an agreement last time with the Bobrov brothers that I was going to
Synth-free shopping right here.
I was going to go help them out with good old Travis, but I really never intend. I don't intend to keep that promise. I mean, come on.
High quality protection for sale.
I mean, at least it's not in my head that I'm going to keep that promise. I'm just going to kind of go on and do what I want. It occurs to me that how am I doing in terms of gear here? I'm pretty close to having what I want. Oh, those duelist knuckles. I don't really need those suckers. I think I'm going to sell those right now. Actually, I could use the cash more than I could use the knuckles. Although I will say one of the things that's extremely frustrating in this game is that... Wait, I went the wrong direction. One of the things that's very extremely frustrating to me is that these legendary items, which we scour the wasteland for these things, we look for them, they're prized when we find a good one. They don't sell for that much. It's kind of like
a shotgun's great insurance against raiders, but I got a lot of options here.
He sees that I'm carrying a shotgun. Well, let's see. Let's take a look.
Everything hand-tooled.
All right, what do we got in here? Well, I don't care what he's got because I'm getting rid of stuff, not adding stuff. What have I got in my weapons? I have got these duelist knuckles. They're great. But yeah, see, 19. It's a legendary item. I'm selling it for 19. I don't know. Is that even worth it? Is it worth it? Isn't it worth holding on to that in case I run into someone like a certain a certain Irish pit fighter who might like Duelist Knuckles. Maybe. Maybe I should hold on to it. Maybe I shouldn't let it go. Yeah, you know what? I think screw that. I'm holding on to it, Arturo. Forget it. Deal's off. Deal's off. Forget it.
No skull in the league. It was
So be it. So be it. All right. So there is. Let's see here. I guess we're ready. I think I have the gear that I need. I'm a little concerned that I don't have the levels I need, frankly. Let's look at one last thing and look at our actual levels. So we're just into level 13. If I don't miss my guess, we should be up to about level 15 by the time we get to the kidnapper, whose name I keep avoiding using because, you know, just in case those of you who don't know him. Is that adequate, or am I going to get my butt kicked? That's my big question here. I'd feel better if I had a little bit more under my belt, and an assurance that would be a little higher level. There is one quest that I could do. That quest is almost as dangerous as what I'm planning to do, though. Oh boy, it's a thing. Oh boy, I don't know if I can bring myself to do it. I really don't. I mentioned it, I think, in a previous session, and that is Hardware Town. Do I want to try Hardware Town? It's killed me many, many times before. If you're not careful, it will kill you.
Swatters, right here. Let's go.
You know what? I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather be hitting that.
Don't walk outside the wall undefended.
The main quest here at a slightly lower level than I do want to take the risk at this level of going in there and getting detected. By the way, I do have a sneak of 3, so I'm pretty damn good now. But I think I'm gonna hold off on that one until later. Besides, again, the setup for the quest doesn't make any sense for me right now. It just doesn't. So let's get ahead and see if Nick has made his way home.
Ellie? Are you here?
Nick? Oh, God. It's really you.
Well, it's hard to mistake this mug for anyone else.
You keep laughing at death. Someday, death's gonna laugh back.
Not as long as I got a few friends to back me up.
You saved Nick, this agency, and my job. Thank you.
You're welcome. Happy to do it.
Yeah? Go diving into scary pre-war ruins all the time then, do ya? Here. I know an amount wasn't on the table when you went out to find him, but you deserve a reward. Plus a little something extra. You know, if you're looking for work and don't mind putting on the detective hat, Nick sure could use a new partner.
Whoa. One case at a time, Ellie. Our new friend needs our help first. All right, let's get down to business. Take a seat. Make yourself comfortable.
Now, it's one of the funny things, of course, is that Nick somehow does not manage to get back to his office until right before I get there. But whatever, that's fine. And hey, Ellie gave me 100 caps, so that's nice. I'm no longer quite as poor as I was a minute ago.
When you're trying to find someone who's gone missing,
it hurts to sit down with this
the devil
thing.
is in the details. Tell me everything you can, no matter how painful it might be.
We were in a vault when it happened, Vault 111. It was some kind of cryo facility.
You were on ice, huh? More importantly, you were underground, sealed up. It's a lot of obstacles to get through just to take one person. What else can you tell me?
We're looking for my son, Sean. He's less than a year old. Why would anyone take him in? Take him? Why would
Good
anyone
question. Why your family in particular?
He was a terrible child. Why would anyone take him in?
Be taking on all of his care, and a baby needs a lot of it. Anything else you remember?
I remember the coffee was way too hot. My wife was murdered. She was trying to keep them from taking Sean, and they just...
It's okay. You don't need to say anything more.
So, we're talking about a group of cold-hearted killers, but they waited until something went wrong to resort to violence. Now, that confirms it. This isn't a random kidnapping. Whoever took your kid had an agenda. There's a lot of groups in the Commonwealth that take people. Raiders, super mutants, the Gunners, and of course there's the Institute.
Who are the Gunners?
High-end mercenaries. No job too brutal. They're in the running as likely suspects. They wouldn't be the ones pulling the strings.
So you think the Institute is responsible?
Well, they're the boogeymen of the Commonwealth. Something goes wrong, everyone blames them. Easy to see why. Those early model synths of theirs strip whole towns for parts, killing everything in their way. Then you got the newer models, good as human, that infiltrate cities and pull strings from the shadows. Worst of all, no one knows why they do it, what their plan is, or where they are. Not even me. And I'm a synth myself. A discarded prototype, anyway.
You don't know anything about them? Really?
Some kind of security setting strips or blocks out those memories. And it's not just me. Any synth that gets trashed, left behind, or escapes the Institute has the same problem. Probably some kind of failsafe.
You're a prototype?
As far as I know. Never seen any other synth like myself. There's the older ones that are dumb as rocks and all metal. And there's the newer ones that are almost human. I'm somewhere in between.
Either way, I need to find Sean.
Right. The speculation is getting us off track. Let's focus on what you saw. What did these kidnappers look like?
The woman was dressed in, I think it was a kind of hazard suit. The man had some sort of metal brace on his arm.
Maybe some kind of improvised armor? A lot of hired guns do that to look tough. The hazard suit is interesting. Not many mercs can afford something that fancy. What else do you remember about them?
The man that killed my wife, he had a handgun. Didn't get a clear look at it, but that sound.
Could have been a large caliber revolver. Huh. I'm starting to get a clearer picture of the kind of man our perp is. Anything more you can tell me?
I'll never forget that voice. Low and rough, like sandpaper across your face.
Not much to go on, but a tough and commanding voice can get someone pretty far in the violence business. What else?
That one came right up to me. Bald head, scar across his left eye.
Wait. It couldn't be. You didn't hear the name Kellogg at all, did you?
No, they never said their names.
Way too big of a coincidence. Ellie, what notes do we have about the Kellogg case?
The description matches. Bald head, scar, reputation for dangerous mercenary work, but no one knows who his employer is.
And he bought a house here in town, right? And he had a kid with him, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right. The house in the abandoned West Stands. The boy with him was around 10 years old.
There's no way that could be
Yeah,
Sean.
Big difference between an infant and a 10-year-old, but that doesn't mean we're on the wrong track. He could have a son of his own. Or maybe he's turned kidnapping into a bad habit. In any event, they both vanished a while back. No trace. Let's you and I take a walk over to Kellogg's last known address. See if we can snoop out where he went.
Security doesn't really go to that part of town, but you two should still be careful.
I always am.
So there we are, interview completed. Apparently I can't use the door until after Nick has completed using the door. And there's obviously a lot of little sidelines you can go down with that conversation, but they're not really important.
Come on. Kellogg's house ain't far. I didn't want Ellie to hear this, but I think you should know. Everything I dug up about Kellogg before his disappearance? Bad news. He's more than just a mercenary. He's a professional. Quick, clean, thorough. Has no enemies, because they're all dead. Except you. 9 to 1 odds says he's our man. More than just you identifying his distinguishing features. The M.O. is all him as well. Leading a small team to kidnap a baby and leaving one of the parents alive for later? Not many mercs in the Commonwealth can pull that off.
Pardon me, Nick, while I take a quick break for a snack here. And by the way, how close am I to my limit? I'll need to eat some grilled radstag before this is over. Oh, gee, I forgot to cook my food. I should do some of that before we get out of here. Oh, gee, I forgot to cook almost everything I have. Well, I'll have to eat some yaguai ribs, I guess. And take a drink of water. I need to make a note of that. One of the things, by the way, that I do find a little frustrating is here's the abandoned West Stands. There are, as far as I can tell, 2 structures in it, and only one of them is actually even accessible. Again, limitations of the engine, but come on, guys. Do better next time.
Here we are. Keep an eye out, will you? See if I can get this open.
Alright, I'll keep an eye out. Dog meat will keep an eye on me.
That's one heck of a lock. Something to hide, Kellogg? Why don't you give it a try?
I'm good with dime store stuff. Nope, sorry, that's too tough.
No luck? Guess we'll need to find the key. Stubborn lock, ain't it? See that platform in the distance, near the city entrance? That's the elevator to the mayor's office. Why don't you go ask around there? I'll stay here and see if I can jimmy this lock.
Dog meat, stay here. Don't... And get off the railing, that's not safe. Silly dog. Dog meat is a distant relation of Roach from the Witcher games, apparently. It's gonna be standing on roofs before you know it. So, before we go up to the old mayor's office, I'm going to take a moment to cook my food. It's funny, I collect all this stuff.
I'm going to be cleaning up all his lazy stitch work and patching infections due to careless decisions, then yes.
A little professional disagreement between the doctors of the Diamond City Medical Center. And of course, we're going to encounter a whole bunch more food. Something that unfortunately did not record quite properly, and maybe I'll post a highlight reel. It doesn't have it kind of gave out on me a few times, but I did actually encounter a legendary rad scorpion last night. Took him out pretty readily too, which was quite nice. But unfortunately, I didn't capture the whole lead up correctly, so some of it was lost to the ages. But it's enough for me to know I did it. Let's head on up here. I think I don't know if I have the goods to actually. Increase. Look at that. The faded trench coat increases your perception by 2. So if I ever need a hell of a perception boost, I can always do that. Also got that. Oh, darn it. You know what? I made an error. I put away my my trilby hat and my blue suit. I don't have it on me. Well, the only thing I can do now is just take a quick... Let's get drunk. so I can possibly... oh, jeez. I can't even do that. Huh. Apparently I have come here unprepared, folks. I've come here unprepared. We'll see what kind of success I have.
Why doesn't the mayor come out of his office, huh? He's afraid of talking to the press? I bet if I said I was with the Institute, he'd come running.
Do you ever think maybe you could get a man's attention easier if you use softer words, honey? Maybe shout a little less?
Oh, that reminds me of this article I'm writing about the mayor's affair with a certain air-headed blonde. Oh, look who it is. What brings you to the mayor's office, huh?
What are you doing here,
Trying
Piper?
to find out why the mayor happens to be meeting with the same suspicious-looking courier every other week. Not from any settlement I've ever heard of. And not from a caravan. Always in and out before anyone has a chance to talk to him. An errand boy from the Institute, maybe. After this article comes out, that's what everyone's gonna be asking.
If you are done crowding the reception area, Miss Piper, the mayor needs to make time for more responsible citizens.
I was just leaving anyway. Let me know if there's anything I can do to lighten the load. Or, you know, if you need anything proofread.
Sure will, Piper.
The mayor's receiving visitors as long as they aren't members of the press. Did you need help?
Okay, you can just head in and
Go
talk to
right
McDonough?
ahead. His office is open. He likes to make time for everyone when he can.
Okay, I will then.
Nothing to see here.
I seem to be having more success than I expected with my charisma, so I'll give it a roll.
Ah, yes. I remember you. Our new arrival. I wish I was in your shoes, getting to see our glorious city for the first time. How can I help you?
Nick Valentine asked me to see you.
Did he now? Some investigation, I assume? You two aren't trying to get me into hot water now, are you?
A man named Kellogg used to live in this city. I need to search his house.
I see. Well, whatever reasons you have, I take my citizens' privacy very seriously. Even after they've left. I can't allow you to invade someone else's home. That's all there is to it.
Please, Mayor McDonough, this man Kellogg kidnapped my son. I need to find him.
I see. I'm sorry, but however horrible the crimes this Mr. Kellogg may have committed, your word alone isn't hard evidence.
So that's it? You're not going to help?
Security is part of what keeps Diamond City above the petty squabbles and misfortunes of the Commonwealth. I can't betray that for anything.
Fine, thanks for nothing.
I know it's disappointing, but I have to think of all the people of Diamond City, not just the needs of one person.
I'm just going to slam the door on you. Well, that's as close as you can get to slamming a door here anyway. Well, let's try Geneva, the secretary
Did you need
here.
something else?
I need to talk to someone about Kellogg's old house in the West Stands.
Mr. Kellogg's residence? He left town a while ago. We foreclosed on the property and locked it up. If there was something belonging to the man that you have a claim on, you could ask the mayor to hear you out. No guarantees.
Can't you help?
And if I could, why should I?
Please, all I want to do is find my son. The man who owned that house kidnapped him.
I've heard the sob stories before, so save them.
Never mind.
Have
Thanks
a
for
nice
nothing.
day.
Alright, well, I made the mistake of not bringing my charisma item because I was on an earlier stage. I thought, I'll put those away. I'll get them when I need them. I didn't get them. Kind of mistakes that'll cost me here. But all is not lost. All is not lost. It just means that I gotta wait. I gotta wait until dark. And then I'm gonna break into the mayor's office because I may not have charisma. or at least not enough charisma. But I have stealth, and I can pick a cheap lock. So for right now, I think there's not a whole hell of a lot I can do until dark. So let's see what time it is here. It's almost 6, so I suppose I could go take a nap. I'll leave dog meat with Nick. Take a quick nap.
Dr. Sun.
It's Soon.
What?
Dr. Soon. Rhymes with moon? How difficult is that to understand?
Hey, yeah. So anyway, Dr. Sun, I got a problem.
Whatever it is, come back later.
So yeah, so I guess I'm not going to. Not gonna be able to do that right
Don't
now.
be caught dead. Protection from Commonwealth weaponry.
We buy and sell everything to everyone, except Sins.
Is there anything else I can shop for while I'm waiting?
And they sell just about everything, but none of it is scrap.
Actually, some of it is actually very much scrap, but
Just
let's see
don't
what you
call
have.
it junk.
I won't call it junk, but scrap. It is totally scrap. Anyway, let's see what we've got from Myrna. Do I need any more 308 rounds? I don't have that much money, so I got to be very careful what I buy here. Well, you know me. I just can't resist some duct tape. I really can't. Do I need anything else from Myrna? I don't believe I do. I think that's going to be just about it. I think that's we're just going to buy some of that from Myrna, and then we're done. We're done, folks. Yeah, we're good. So yeah, this puts me in a bit of a pickle, but not insurmountable. Not insurmountable. I can still.
The stress of life kill
Nothing
you.
to see here.
Relax with some cams.
You know, I never make use of Solomon ever. Even when I do use chems in a playthrough, which I very rarely do. Very rarely do I buy them from him. I don't think I've ever even talked to him, actually. Let's talk to Solomon.
Hey, man. Got a lot of chems here if you need something to help you relax.
You say something about
That's
drugs?
Right. All the chems you need to fill out your lifestyle. Balance you out. Everyone here buys from me. Sometimes security needs a little psycho, or an engineer needs some mentats. And heck, Rad X is plain universal.
Yeah, I don't need anything.
No worries.
So, I see. So he's one of those kind of, moved here from a hippie commune somewhere, no doubt.
Is your neighbor really human? We have the exclusive.
I hear there's a bar in the old theater district that's for raiders only. A combat zone. I'd stay clear if I was you.
I really do appreciate these little pieces of advice from the...
You ain't gonna last once you leave the wall, so don't get chummy.
Hey, I already lasted for a little while. Hey, look. I think that's Travis. Oh, yeah. This is that thing I told the Bobrov brothers I would do. Well, I guess I'm doing it. I didn't think I was going to do it now, but as circumstances have worked out, it looks like I am after all.
I'm only here for a drink.
Oh, what's wrong? Not so tough once you're not on the air.
Look, I don't want any trouble.
I don't like you, and I don't like your radio. What you gonna do about it?
Gouger's the hype man.
What's this about?
Maybe I don't like your little radio program. What you have to say about that?
Yeah! I'm only here for a drink.
Oh, what's wrong?
It's you.
Not so tough once you're not on the air.
Everything okay here?
Does it look okay? Because... no. It is not. I have no idea what I did to deserve this. I just wish they'd go away.
Why not stand up to them?
No, I mean, no. That would be bad. With these men, it could, well, it could turn violent.
Aren't you tired of this?
Yes, but...
Don't worry, I got your back.
Well, if you think it would work... Okay, that's... Well, that's enough.
Oh, I'm sorry. You say something.
I said that's enough. Leave me alone.
Look at you. Let me think about that for a second. Nah, I don't think so.
I mean it. Leave me alone.
Sounds like you were thinking about saying, or else. Were you, Travis? Were you gonna say, or else? I'm wondering what comes after that. What you gonna do, little man?
I'll beat you up.
Big mistake, Travis. I'm gonna destroy you and your friend here.
This is such a bad idea.
Come on, buddy. There we go. Wow, we hit them so hard they fused into one being. It's amazing. And Travis had to sit down. Travis, you okay?
Why am I doing this?
I don't know what you're doing, Travis. You're just kind of stuck. I think Travis is... Oh, dear.
This is such a bad idea.
I think we've, There we go, Travis. There we are.
Whoa. I can't believe it. We did it.
How do you feel?
I don't know. I mean, wow, wow. I never thought I could do anything like that. That was crazy. Wow. Hey, listen, thanks. That was, well, that was really something. I think maybe I should go lie down now.
That was a bloody bar fight, man. Look at that. Look at that. Just cream those guys. Oh, wait a minute. I think he wants to talk to me again about the next phase of his foolproof plan.
Look, Scat, I ain't buying anything.
I'm not selling anything, so screw you. Hey, what's over here? I've never been into this. Oh, this is the washroom. All right, Vadim.
I think that went well. Ready for next part of foolproof plan?
That depends on what it
It's
is.
nice and simple. You have seen Scarlet, yes? She has worked here for some time. Now, I am just simple bartender, but I see things. I see how Travis looks at her, and I see that sometimes she looks at him. If someone who was not her employer suggests that she go spend time with Travis, it might do him some good.
Why do I need to be involved in this?
Think about it. I am Scarlett's boss. I tell her she needs to go see Travis. Suddenly she is thinking... she is no longer just waitress. Just do whatever it takes to get her to agree to see Travis. And this will all be worth it. And you and I never talked about this, alright?
Alright, well, I have some time before the office closes and I can break into it, so I suppose that's what I should do. I guess I'll go. I mean, I was going to take a nap, but I did just wake up a little while ago, so I suppose I'm better off just going to see Scarlet. It's funny because this is not a quest I intended to do at this exact time, but circumstances are funny things, and we end up doing things that we didn't think we were going to do. So where is Scarlet? I believe she tends to hang out on her own time.
You keep looking at me like that, I'm gonna start thinking you're a synth.
Oh, how? Well, looking at you like how? This is how I always look. Are you talking about my weird shifty eye thing? I can't do anything about that. It's just the way my tune is created, man. Oh, there's Scarlet over there. Along with some guy painting the wall, who we of course know is Abbott.
I'm on a break right now.
Miss, can I just ask you something personal? It's about Travis.
Travis? Really? Did he mention me? I heard about the fight. Travis was... well, he was brave.
Yeah, absolutely. You should really pay him a visit.
You think? I mean, I've definitely noticed him. Maybe... No, I couldn't just go over there.
What are you so nervous about? What's the worst that could happen?
Believe me, I can think of some pretty horrible things. Look, I'm just not ready for that.
Travis is a nice guy. I can tell you like him, and I think he likes you. Just go talk to him.
Okay, I will. I'll go see him now. Thanks.
I don't know what happens if you miss that particular check. That would be terrible. So, you know, we're gonna go ask. Since I'm wasting time here, I'm just gonna go ask Abbott what he's doing, since I can't proceed with my main quest.
Don't touch the paint.
Don't worry, I won't.
Good. The wall keeps out the bad guys, so I appreciate you not messing her up none. Thinking you need a little education. Maybe a bit of community service. What do you say?
What is it you
See
need
this
done?
paint I'm using? Only one place left in the whole Commonwealth you can get it. Hardware Town. Ruin store close by to the west. Bring back a can of paint, and it'll be 100 caps in your pocket. How does that sound?
What can you tell me about Hardware
Raiders
Town?
moved in a ways back. Security says they can't handle them. That's why I'm running low. So, you still up for it?
Yeah, paint retrieval. All right, I'm on it.
obliged.
So, like I said, I didn't intend to take that quest right now. But since I have to wait for the place to close, and it tends, I believe it tends to close pretty darn late, I might try it. I might try it indeed. Now, as I said, it's risky. It's risky. I could regret this. But eat my red scorpion steak. Then again, I could also very much use the equipment that's in there. So, I don't know, folks. This is one of those decisions that you think about. Often you find in retrospect, I'm like, boy, I wish I hadn't done that. But what time is it now? See, it's 9:14 p.m. Yeah, that should be plenty of time for me to head into Hardware Town and deal with them, and then head back and pick that lock. So, you know what? I'm gonna take the risk, folks. I'm gonna take the risk. Especially because I've got a little information from my buddy there, Abbott, and the Raiders moved in. So typically when you go to Hardware Town, you often go in blind, and there's a real they're running a little scam, the Raiders, which we'll see in a moment. But we have inside information. We're not going to fall for that scam. And I'm well aware that I'm leaving Dogmeat with Nick for quite a long time, but Dogmeat will not be too much use for me in this particular quest. He will only get my stealth blown, most likely. So we're gonna try this on our own. And of course, we're not gonna try it with our bare fists. And there it is, that aforementioned scam. Oh, help her. She's going to need help. She's going to die. Blah, blah, blah. Absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. So we're going to come up here. We've got to be very careful, by the way, here for a couple reasons. One, there are sometimes there's sometimes raiders up in the nearby rooftops, and with the enhanced AI, sometimes they can attack me. Which should have also been a tip-off that this settler is probably not on the up and up. If she's within shouting distance of raiders. So yeah, so they come up into the upper floors up there, but we're not going to go that way. So right away I know that that's full of shit. So we're not going to do what she says to do. We're going to collect stuff from there. And we're going to move back here very carefully. And see what we can see and hear what we can hear. There's actually multiple entrances to Hardware Town.
You see the last one we tried to pull in with all the grenades? I was out doing my rounds. The bottom. Well, Becca pulled him into the front of the store, and everything seemed fine, right? He must have got spooked or something, because he suddenly starts throwing grenades everywhere. What? What'd you guys do? That's the thing. It turns out they weren't grenades at all. They were just rocks. He was making the sounds with his mouth. Pins being pulled, the whole 9 yards. Fucking nuts. Did you guys take him out? No, we just stood there. We couldn't believe what we were seeing. After he threw about a half a dozen rocks near the back of the store, he started making machine gun noises and backing toward the door. Once he got outside, it sounded like he pretended to get on a motorcycle, which of course didn't start right away. Then he took off toward the freeway at what sounded like full throttle, shifting gears and everything. That's insane. How does someone like that survive out here at all? I don't know. There's some lunatics out there.
So there we have one of several tales, actually, of someone I don't think you ever see in the game, but who is out there, who's apparently completely insane and pantomiming his way through the world. Just a weird little thing that they put in the game for some reason I cannot imagine, but other than its color. But here I'm going to give these guys a wide berth. So right away they've also given me another indication of what I already had gathered inferred rather from my conversation with Abbott, is that old Becca up there, the settler who supposedly had a friend who needed help, is in fact full of shit and is a raider. But what I really need to do now is get a bead on these guys, and ideally a bead on both of them. But I don't know if I can get that from here. There's that one. I can certainly get him, but I don't know if I can get the second one. Now, I may have waited too long. This is actually a great place to get a shot because I can get away pretty easily. But I don't want to go too far up that way because if I go up this way, it'll put me in a kind of a wide open field in which I have to retreat across, so I don't want to do that, really. Maybe he'll come back. I just have to be patient. Because, again, there are two of them who I have to deal with here. And I would prefer to deal with them both without having the other one be able to draw a bead on me. There we go. There's a guy right there. Maybe he will stop and give me a good shot. There we go. Perfect. Amazingly, it didn't. His buddy's dead. Didn't even put him in that into caution. There he is.
Scared, huh?
Oh no, I'm sorry. He did spot me. And I'm glad I took him out because it looked like he had a combat shotgun. Like I said, Hardware Town's dangerous. It is dangerous. It's got, I mean, of course, everything's dangerous to me. It's survival mode. Oh no, he had a short hunting rifle, so okay, not, but still, actually still quite dangerous to me. Not quite as bad as a combat shotgun at close range, but certainly could definitely have killed me if I had let him get a shot off. So there's the two guards outside. There's more raiders over there, but I don't have to deal with them. I assume that this gang is all affiliated. There is a back entrance. Back entrance is actually not the best place to go in. The best place to go in is the other entrance over here on this side. Now, the most dangerous opponent in here is a fellow called Demo, who is a higher level, obviously named raider, who usually carries either a double-barrel shotgun or a hunting rifle or something like that. At higher levels, he carries worse stuff. I think he carries a combat rifle if you go in here high enough level. But hopefully I can get the drop on him, or I don't and I die.